And in Detroit, trial attorney Michael Jaafar is with us. They call him Big Case Mike because he's always on the big ones. Mike, when you look at the evidence stacked up that we know of from the probable cause affidavit in this case, what stands out to you? All right, I'm going to take away the DNA caught on the knife sheath, because that seems to be, if it's legit and the defense is unable to hammer in some doubt on that one with an expert, because if that's legit, if his DNA is on this knife sheath left at the crime scene, on the snap, the button there, I think it's game over. But other than that, what is it? The Hyundai Elantra, what is it that stands out to you as the most compelling in terms of from a jury's perspective?
It's the cell phone data, right? So, you know, we grew up in a world where you could not present cell phone data and data from a watch to place somebody at the scene of a crime. Now, this has become a thing in the past decade, right? So people have these smartwatches. Everybody has a cell phone, right? I remember back in the days when I was in college, nobody had a cell phone, right? We used to have beepers, and you could not place someone with a beeper, but now you could place someone with a cell phone. The most compelling evidence to me is the cell phone data, right? And showing where the person was, and the Hyundai Elantra and all of that. That in conjunction with the knife, as a pundit, I'm here in my capacity as a pundit on this case, right? Not as an attorney. And so as a pundit, I would look at this and say, he's cooked, right? I don't see how you can avoid. He had the motive. He was a loner. He was friends with these people. He knew these people. He had, you know, he has his DNA evidence on the knife. They were stabbed to death. So, you know, I just, that's the most compelling evidence. So as a pundit, I think he's cooked, right? I don't see how they can cast doubt. Now, what they could do and what the attorneys can do if they fight this case is say, look, he was there. You know, he was definitely at the scene of the crime. His DNA evidence was on that knife, but there was somebody else who did it. Or they might even claim, I don't know, I don't know how you could, you know, allege self-defense in this case, but they would have to say that there was somebody else there, somebody else stabbed them, somebody else did this, he was just coincidentally there. That's the only way you can do it. If you're dealing with one murder, that's one thing. You're dealing with 4 murders, right? So it's going to be almost impossible. Maybe this is one of the cases that pleads out. A lot of these cases do plead out, right? Not a lot of these cases go to trial. This might be one of them. You see the pictures of these beautiful kids. It's insane. It's just disgusting. So I just don't see how his attorney, would be the most difficult assignment. If I was put on this case as a public defender, this would be the most difficult assignment I could possibly have. I can't see a more difficult case to defend.